In the beginning, before there was anything, there was the Ein Sof, the infinite light, undifferentiated and beyond comprehension. From this boundless source, all creation emanated, though it remained hidden in potential, concealed within the Keser, crown, where no form could yet be perceived. The Sefirot, the divine emanations, were not yet fully manifest, and the world existed in a state of pure chaos and potentiality. The Shokshma, wisdom of the divine, was about to overflow, but the Bina, understanding, had yet to shape it. The Ruach Elohim, the spirit of the Creator, hovered over the deep, ready to bring order from disorder, to shape and give form to what was formless. And the divine will, the Kav, the line of light, was directed into the void. From the depth of the darkness, God uttered the first speech, "Let there be light," and thus the Ein Sof, light of the infinite, manifested. This first light was not the physical light we know, but the primordial light, the light of creation itself, which radiated from the center of the Ein Sof and brought order into the chaotic sea of possibility. The light was good, for it carried within it the potential to bring all things into being, and it was divided from the darkness. This separation reflected the distinction between Chokmah and Bina, between the active and receptive principles of creation. The light he called day, and the darkness he called night. Thus began the cycle of Zeranpin, the small face, where time itself began to flow, and the Klippot, the husks of illusion, were kept in balance with the light of the inner essence. And the divine will said, "Let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, to divide the waters from the waters." The firmament was the Da'at, the mystical space where the lower worlds were separated from the higher worlds, allowing the divine to descend into creation and form an intermediary space for the flow of the Or. The waters above and below were separated, creating the heavens and the earth, the Chokmah and Bina, made manifest in the higher and lower realms. The heavens he called sky, and the earth he called land. Here, the Tiferet, beauty of God's creation, began to shine, bringing harmony between the upper and lower worlds. The balance of Tiferet was achieved as the water below gathered, and the dry land emerged, forming the first vessel in which life would flourish. And the divine will said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, plants bearing seed, and trees bearing fruit according to their kinds." This was the unfolding of Yesod, foundation, the principle of connection and emanation. Life began to take root, grounded in the divine flow, like the foundational roots that bind heaven and earth. The earth brought forth its abundance, the Sefirot expressing themselves through the plant kingdom, rooted in the divine flow of Yesod and Malkut, the grounding force. It was good. And the divine will continued, "Let there be lights in the firmament of the heavens to separate the day from the night, and let them be for signs and seasons, for days and years." The sun, moon, and stars emerged, bringing the balance of Kesed, mercy, and Gevurah, judgment, the eternal flow of divine order. These lights governed time and served as markers of divine cycles, reflecting the deeper rhythms of creation. The greater light, the sun, ruled the day, representing the Shokshma of the Creator, while the lesser light, the moon, ruled the night, representing the Bina, receiving and reflecting the light of wisdom. The stars were like the divine sparks scattered across the heavens, each a reflection of the neshama, the soul. And the Or was good, for the balance of light and darkness, of mercy and judgment, of wisdom and understanding, was now in harmony. The flow of divine energy through the Sefirot was beginning to crystallize, and the heavens and earth were set into motion according to God's purpose. The divine will spoke again, "Let the waters teem with living creatures, and let birds fly across the earth." The Chayot HaKodesh, holy beasts, and the creatures of the sea arose, the emanations of the divine life force embodied in the lower worlds. The Nefesh, animal soul, was activated, filling the seas and skies, further completing the alchemy of creation, and the divine will blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the waters of the seas, and let birds multiply on the earth." The mercury of divine flow was breathed into these creatures, bringing vitality and expansion to the world. And then the divine will said, "Let the earth bring forth living creatures according to their kinds, cattle, creeping things, and beasts of the earth." The Malkut kingdom was established as the earth bore forth its creatures, each one an emanation of God's final creative force. The Nephesh was now in the realm of form, and God saw that all was good. The unfolding of the Sefirot was complete in the manifestation of the physical world. Then the divine image began to take form, and God said, "Let us make man in our image, after our likeness." Man was created as the Tselem Elohim, the reflection of the divine on earth, the perfect unity of the Sefirot manifested in human form. In this act, the Chokhmah and Bina met to create the Tiferet of humanity, and within this form, the divine soul was breathed, the Neshama. And he blessed them, saying, "Be fruitful and multiply, and fill the earth and subdue it." And in the Malkut of creation, humanity was to embody the Shekinah, bringing balance, unity, and the flow of divine purpose into the world. And God saw all that he had created, and it was very good, a reflection of his light shining in all the worlds. On the seventh day, God rested, entering the Shabbat, the ultimate expression of peace, where the unity of all the Sefirot would be completed and the divine light would permeate every corner of creation.